KZ end up with a -5 in a minute?
Hard 30 tonight.
First of all, I don't believe in numbers.
Don't get fooled. Grab a drink, because this is Hangover Time.
I'm telling y'all, I've had these visions of Kevin Love on Jokic while the Heat defense smothers the other 4 players on the court that I need to see flourish or fail with my own eyes before I die. Call me now.
Oh my God.
If anyone needs a tower reading, call me now. Heat win. Heat win.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Aren't you dead?
Zombie
As
Cleo.
dead as the Nuggets' chances of winning the series. Call me now. Heat win. Heat win. Back to you, Alf. Heat win. Heat win. Duncan agenda is fucking alive and flourishing. Listen, first of all, I told y'all this. I tweeted that after Game 5 of the fucking Eastern Conference Finals, a game that we lost, right? And everyone's woe is fucking me. Oh, the Heat are gonna give up the fucking first 3-0 lead in the history of the NBA. I was already looking ahead. I was looking at the fucking Nuggets because I knew the fucking Celtics were a bunch of bums. After Game 6, when fucking Derek White hit that bullshit, I told y'all we are washing these fucking Celtics bums the next game. And then I told y'all, I don't care what happened Game 1. Kevin Love needed to start. You cannot go small against these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are too big. And what happened? Kevin Love started, and you know what? We didn't go down double digits like in the first quarter as like usual. We actually had a good start. And then it was an ebb and flow, but we did not play from behind the entire fucking game for once. It wasn't fucking catch up the entire time. Like they played their game like for the first 2 rounds, the first 2 games of the Boston Celtics series, the Heat have played the best when Kevin Love was a starter against 2 big lineups. They finally went fucking back to it, and you see the fucking results. And don't even fucking get me started on the man Duncan Robinson. I'm not talking about my boy. I'm talking about my man's Duncan fucking Robinson. Hooper Duncan going to the fucking hoop and fucking flexing on these hoes. Are you kidding me? Duncan Robin flexed on your ass, Denver. I'm talking boom, double barrel flex. Duncan fucking Robinson. I don't even know what he was flexing. I didn't see no fucking definition. Didn't give a fuck. Flexing on you hoes. Are you serious? Talking about fucking Denver in 4. Fuck out of here. Bring me out, Brass.
All right.
Let's fucking go. Call me now.
Oh, God.
They said Denver in 3.
Denver in 3.
They said in 3.
They tried us. Like
They tried us.
Who said in 3?
Who knows? They did.
They said they also said 3%, but look at us now.
The ABC Finals halftime crew.
Oh, girl.
Listen, they said we couldn't. They said we were done. This is the Miami Heat are playing offense like they did in the regular season. They said we couldn't shoot no more. Oh, we only had like that 2 free throws for the Miami Heat is not an anomaly. Like they acted like we couldn't play any better than we did in Game 1, and Denver couldn't play any worse. Denver scored. What did they score the first game? 104. They scored 108 tonight. Miami Heat are holding Denver to 106 points a game in this finals. And if the Heat continue to do that, the Heat will wash these motherfuckers. Guarantee it. Okay, if the Heat continue to
Guarantee.
play defense like this, they're going to wash these motherfuckers. I don't want to fucking hear it, man. Like people act like the Heat have no fucking chance. Defense wins fucking championships. I am Alphonse Sidney, aka Alf954. Welcome into Miami Heat Beat post-game show Hangover Time. If you're watching live on Twitch, go ahead. Let's get a hype train going. Subscribe. Send subscriptions to other Heat fans. Send subscriptions to fucking Contavious Caldwell-Pope and fucking Aaron Gordon and the rest of those fucking bums. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, we love you. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You guys are killing the YouTube game lately. Like what? 20? How many views for receipts?
26,000.
26,000 views on the receipt segment from last time. Listen, Heat need to keep going so we have a Nuggets fucking receipt segment, and we'll see how many views that shit gets. And if you're listening to the podcast tomorrow morning on your way to work, congratulations to you, because honestly, most of the fucking coverage of this finals has been guaranteed trash. Like it's been absolute shit. Like most people do not know what the fuck they're watching. They have not watched this Heat team all fucking season. And the ones that have watched this Heat team seem to forget what happened a fucking week ago. Anyway, Brass, I want to find out what everybody's drinking and who was your player of the game. Odo Miami says we're eating them nuggets, and honestly, I've never been more disappointed in Moose. Like this really feels like a good Moose bit to come on the show, eating nuggets to start off after a win. I'm just saying, Moose. Listen,
I'm sorry. Listen,
you're the guy who eats on camera.
Drop in the sauce.
Listen, I understand. I will say, I think Greg Sylvander's got the whole like saucy nuggets thing covered, so I'm not gonna step on his lane. I may have some food for Game 3, but we'll talk about that next time. Tonight, I want to talk about our guy Bam Adebayo stepping up.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? Tonight he was wearing the cape. Okay, we are not winning this game tonight if it isn't for what he's giving us on defense every single minute that he's out there, but also those crucial mid-range jumpers that he was making tonight. A couple of moves in the post, the ball was going in. You could see the confidence growing. Bam, when he plays like that, elevates everybody around him. I'm drinking monkey shoulder, and I'm giving him tonight my drip drop of the game. Take me out.
My drip drop.
Man. When it comes to we're going to talk about Bam, Franky. I want you to talk about Bam. He took a lot of those fadeaways, a lot of those jumpers, but he mixed it with head first, going at the rim a few times. Like that's the mix we kind of want to see. And to the points that many of you guys have made over the course of the year, like they got him the ball on the move a few more times tonight than they did last game, and we see the difference. He scored more last game, but it felt more impactful this game. G, what are you drinking tonight? Who is your player of the game, and why is it Kyle Lowry?
I'm having a little martini action with a pink gin, celebratory. Alpha and I went to brunch today with Christian and Brian. Sorry, Moose.
And nobody else.
Does that explain the button?
I can't believe
been day
you.
drinking all day. I am so fucking happy that they won. My player of the game, man. I'm gonna say something.
Oh God, jeez. No, I can't. No, I gotta back out. No,
Jimmy didn't even play well today, and
Take him in, Brass.
had 9 assists.
No, God, no.
Brought them over the finish line in the fourth quarter. And I'm going to say one fucking thing. All you fucking Knicks fans, all you fucking Celtic fans, you talk shit from behind the velvet rope. Eat shit, you pieces of fuck. You see this? That's 1-1. That's what the series is. You motherfuckers are at home. You bitches. I hate you guys. Jokic, you fat, fluffy fuck. Running over Kyle Lowry. That's not an offensive foul. That little man can't push you. You fucking flopping asshole. Everybody said that they were going to lose. This is bullshit. How many times do they have to die for you to understand that they don't die?
Your chest is so pink.
It's like it's a little grease to it too.
Yeah.
Like it's just
your chest right here
Please
looks
button
like
up
the
your
top
fucking shirt.
of Nikola Jokic's head after a game.
If we get 10 subs,
Please.
I'll button. Shout out to Vane Hype. We gave a tier 1 sub to Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Brian M gave out 5 community subs, and Brunk Joker gave out a sub. Moose, you know what that means?
I for the subs I'll do it, but not for you because you're disgusting. I gotta hit him one time with a drip drop.
Come on,
The
side
first
boo.
time I do that I actually didn't enjoy it. Like, I'm sorry.
Bond.
You're not
like
on the
his
rest of
chest-
the field.
I love the one guy who gave a Zeller take in the middle of all this.
We'll
get
get
to her.
to Zeller. But
We'll get
Bond,
to
it's
her.
like his chest hairs are laid like somebody's edges. Like,
Yeah, it's like
They
like
just-
like smoothed down.
yeah,
Like,
it's just,
I think
it just makes me.
Nothing smooth about it though. It's like,
Oh, very cringy. Bond, what are you drinking? Who is your player of the game? And why was it the leading scorer, Gabe Vincent, tonight?
and why the motherfuck was it the leading scorer, Gabe Vincent, tonight? This is some no, I'm not ranting. I'm having some tea. This is some herbal tea. This is some chamomile tea, darling.
Okay.
No,
that
bad.
music
23. It was smooth though. 4 for 6 for 3, 66% from the 3, 23 points, 8 for 12 from the floor. Handled the ball well, got to his spots, handled the dribble well, found his spots within the defense, made good plays, made good passes, hustling, going for loose balls, like trying his damnedest to box Jokic out, just everywhere that you needed him to be. In some places where you did not expect him to be. Send AJ to space. If Gabe gets the Finals MVP, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna be insufferable. So let's just win. Let's just keep going. But that's what it is. Shout me out. Come on,
Brass,
Frosted Gabes.
what
Plus
are you
22
drinking?
in a
And let me
3-point
tell you
test.
guys, I haven't done my player of the game.
Plus 22.
Y'all better not. Y'all know better. Y'all better not. Anyway, Brass, what are you drinking? And who was your player of the game?
So tonight I wanted to make something a little fancier, but I was day drinking and I was watching this game and I was too caught up and I didn't want to move from the particular fucking spot on my couch. I'm a little superstitious when it comes to finals shit. And
Yes,
so
thank
listen, so I made another margarita. This is like my fourth or fifth, like, and they're doubles. Like it's not
Delicious.
pretty, but I was to the point, when you're drinking, you're like, okay, I'm going to drink enough so I get fucked up. So I don't let the game bother me if they're down. And then you're like frozen and then you sober up and I don't even want to drink. I'm so like fixed in the game. That's how it was tonight. But I'm drinking now, bitches. But my player of the game, I'm going to go with Kevin Love because the addition of Kevin Love into the starting lineup tonight was huge for them. And again, literally any tall white that's not fucking Cody Zeller, for the love of God. But
Man.
listen, he had a couple solid steals. He hit 2 threes, 10 rebounds. I mean, he is solid. He is that calm, collected veteran, finals veteran on this team right now. And his presence was very much needed tonight in this massive, massive Game 2 victory.
hell yeah.
Listen, 10 rebounds when you were getting fucking bullied last
Just-
game.
Just thrown around.
Yep.
Just
22 minutes.
absolutely just toss around like rag dolls. 10 rebounds for Kevin Love in only 22 fucking minutes is huge, right? Like that. Like
Efficient.
The
I'm telling you, there were times they were not even challenging Kevin Love for the rebound because they know they know his track record. If that was Caleb, I love Caleb to death, but Aaron Gordon is just gonna run Caleb the fuck over. He's not even gonna worry about transition
Literally.
defense because the chance of getting an offensive rebound is so high. Saucy takes, Coach Lou. What are you drinking? Who is your player of the game?
I'm drinking some water, man, because let me tell you, I've been screaming ever since halftime. I couldn't. I'm just fucking. I'm sick. I'm still sick, but man, my player of the game got to go to Duncan Robinson. He had.
Take him out.
14
Take him out.
Yeah.
Oh
Take
damn!
him out,
Damn!
Brad.
Hey,
Damn.
they took
Damn.
everybody. Hey,
Damn.
man.
No, there's still some players left. There's still some
Who
players
you-
You should
left.
have said,
All right,
you could have said Cody Zeller.
You could have taken
Move
that.
Hell
No,
no.
he'd take you out for that too.
You could have took Caleb. Like,
I need
No.
to see
Made
someone
that
take
work.
out
Look,
Zeller.
realistically,
Jesus Christ. Certainly ain't
realistically,
exposed.
Spo.
I'm a piggyback with Bond, bro. I'm sorry, Gabe Vincent. He deserves a double shout out.
Yeah.
You know his numbers
to
too.
him.
Yes.
He deserves a double shout out. He's been fucking spectacular in this series through 2 games. His ability to attack the drop, to make shots off the dribble, to be able
Talk
to
about
still apply pressure, to be able to contain Jamal Murray for stretches in the zone when they started. Oh, he can't run zone against Denver. Fuck it. Put Vincent.
what?
Deny Jokic the ball. He was doing everything possible. It was just a beautiful, beautiful game from him. And man,
Oh, no, Coach
It was-
Lou, they said Just put Jokic at the free throw line.
Like the Heat were gonna be like, damn, I wonder what the fuck we should do now. Let him catch the ball.
Motherfucker at the free throw line. Yeah. What to do? What to do?
Nah, and man, great game. I'm fucking psyched, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Alf, man. There was very few options. I apologize. I'm trying to come back.
Franky. What are you drinking?
Hilarious if Franky does it too.
I'm drinking a seltzer. My player of the game is Cody Zeller. For strength, give me a second. Let me go.
He said, "Hear me out."
Hold on, Cody Zeller for doing his absolute best to strengthen Bam Adebayo's final MVP case. Because what the hell? Through 2 games, 23.5 points per game, 11 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1 block, 54% from the field, 100% from the free throw line because he didn't get any last game because
100% of these nuts
and those huevos to hit those 2 free throws in the last minute to seal the game away.
Tell him.
And he has to fucking guard Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
Fucking game and deal with the sweat and the fat. It's like that along came policy.
Yeah.
All fucking
like G's chest, yeah.
Exactly. But he's doing that face to face, like with the hair and the nipples.
7 feet of G's chest. That's what.
One single complaint from him. He's playing his ass off. Needed 3 more times, Bam. 3 more times.
3 more. Yes, that's 3 more. Let's get that straight. I love it. Love it.
So I'm drinking Bullet Bourbon and ginger ale. And my player of the game is Brass. Can you play that for me real quick? Do it one more time, Brass. Flexing on these hoes. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you going into the 4th quarter down 8? You know who showed the fuck up? Do you know who showed the fuck up? 8 straight points from the man, Duncan Robinson. Fucking 3-pointer. Takes it to the fucking hoop. And 1. Misses the and 1. My bad. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking chucking the 3 in your face. Jeff Green, get the fuck out of here with your old Patch Adams looking ass with a ball spot in the middle of your fucking high top fade. What is wrong with you, Jeff Green? Cut that shit off. You look like a fucking idiot on national TV. How you got a high top fade with a fucking circle in the middle of it? Fucking weird ass George Jefferson fucking haircut. Jeff Green, you cannot guard Duncan Robinson. And by the way, I'm not just talking about the points Duncan Robinson scored. Did you see the gravity in this motherfucker today? Motherfucker had planets orbiting him today. He was affecting the tides today. Like they were double teaming Duncan Robinson on cuts to the basket. I'm not talking about beyond the fucking arc. I'm talking about on cuts to the rim. They were double teaming fucking Duncan Robinson, leaving motherfuckers open. You saw Gabe's face after they left him wide open? Are y'all joking? Y'all kidding me? Fucking Gabe. I've been killing it all playoffs. And you double teaming Duncan Robinson, leaving Gabe Vincent open. Duncan Robinson, huge shout out, 10 points in the 4th quarter, and they needed every fucking one of them. They needed every one of his assists, and they needed all the gravity he provided tonight. Go ahead, take me out, Brass. Like, honestly, that was a big man 4th quarter from him. Like, it was looking dire. And one of the things I said after the first half, I was like, this second unit cannot play as poorly as they did in the first half. They can't because they have been a strength all postseason, Moose. And one of the things that we saw tonight is like Cody Zeller is just unfucking playable, right? Like
I'm so lost on the Cody Zeller stuff. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's just I wanted to get to this because Spo is a motherfucking genius, and I am done questioning his basketball intelligence. Right after we discuss the Cody Zeller thing, because I don't understand it. If we lose tonight's game, it's all because of Cody Zeller. We were up, we were down, and that's all because of Cody Zeller. The guy's got a face mask that he plays with. You cannot play a guy with a face mask that looks like that in the NBA Finals. I really, truly believe that the only reason Cody Zeller is playing because Spo wants people to see Cody Zeller out there and be like, yeah, look what the fuck I made it here with. You see that? But the problem is while he's standing there doing that, this fucking lead is going all the way down. And then Bam's got to come in. And Jimmy's got to come in. And Jimmy's got some mental stuff that we got to talk about later that I'm not so happy about. But maybe it's because he's looking over his shoulder and noticing the guy that he's passing the ball to is fumbling it.
He has the worst hands.
Oh my God.
On a team with
it's
Bam.
not even just on passes, G. Like it's just rebounds.
Off
They
of
just
rebounds.
Dribbling.
completely stripped. So I don't want to harp too much on Cody Zeller. I think Moose said it best, but I want to just talk about the second unit a little bit, who like really had a poor showing in the first half. And we can blame Cody Zeller all we want, but honestly, Kyle wasn't great. Duncan wasn't great. Caleb wasn't great. Those guys, along with Cody Zeller, were not good. And Haywood Highsmith didn't give you anything either in that first half. So, like,
I wouldn't let Jimmy slide either.
No, but I'm just talking about second unit right now.
Second unit. Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
Part of the second quarter
did not play well in that second quarter, and Spo trusted them at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth. He went back to him because that unit had been solid all postseason long.
They were great today. And like in the fourth quarter, they helped get you back in the game. They threw up all over themselves in the first half. And I see like chat killing Kyle and said Duncan only had a great 2 minutes.
Thank you, camera. Oh, so Jesus. I've never been so happy for your camera to go out in my fucking life.
They came in the game like Kyle in the pick and roll was fantastic in the fourth quarter. Duncan, I mean, everything that they did on offense during that run revolved around Duncan screening, Duncan movement, and straight up Duncan dribbling. It was Duncan doing everything on offense for them, triggering, moving the court. Miami's done a great job of kind of shifting where help is as Denver overloads on one side of the court. They flip to the other. Kyle hit some huge threes. And I really thought that both of them, and Caleb, by the way, didn't have a lot of like points, but I thought his defense was fantastic. The way that they want to play fast against Denver, I think is important because you make Jokic run, you get him frustrated, and their transition defense, by the way, Franky, we had talked about this all year, how bad they were in the regular season. More than their shooting, their transition defense in the playoffs has been fucking phenomenal, and that bench unit was great at it today.
And you know what, Vaughn? We'll get off of that. But like, I honestly think Duncan and Kevin Love and some of the guys who stretch the floor for them have been really instrumental to that fast break defense, right? That transition defense. Those guys are getting back and they're doing their job on those fast breaks. And listen, they're not all world defenders on their own, but sometimes just having a body back will make guys think twice, dribble it back out, and you can set up your defense a little bit.
Yeah, especially like you said, the guys that stretch the floor for them, so they're probably starting the possession out up high. So it's easier for them to get back in there. They're smart, they're intelligent, right? They're not great athletes, but they understand angles and defense and know how to work within the confines of their own limits really well. Duncan's gotten worlds better positionally. Kevin is just cerebral. He understands how to play defense effectively for what it is that he can do and what it is that he can give. And you're absolutely right. Like, just you expect them to give you the help that they've given you kind of offensively with regards to at least stretching the floor. Kevin, the outlet passes again, and, Duncan on the drive, but being able to weather droughts, or not droughts, but being able to weather storms with them defensively and have them hold up for you in areas that can be, not one of your strong suits is really good.
And honestly, Bond, before we go, because I want to go to the Gaga next, I kind of just want, what did you see defensively, and what have you seen defensively over the first two games that gives you hope for the series going forward?
The zone and like the way that they've been kind of weaponizing it, they've rifled through a couple different of their kind of like variations of it, and they've relied on it so much at points throughout the season that they're all pretty comfortable in whatever little tweak they're making in and out of it. Caleb and Gabe do a great job cycling offensive players through the top and kind of, not letting them get too deep. So I like the zone and some of the trapping that they've been doing in the corners, especially. There was a possession where like Gabe and Bam had Jokic kind of trapped out high on the left wing, but we're just like bouncing off of his gelatinous body. And then there was like another possession of the same thing kind of on the baseline. So they've been doing well in well in the traps.
Brass, I got a Photoshop for you next game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm right on top of that, Rose.
It's the way she seamlessly flowed into gelatinous body.
It was as good as Miami switching
amongst great analysis. Gelatinous body.
Before we get to the bottom half of the screen, let's go ahead. Because people love to see the highlights. I missed whatever the joke was. People love to see the highlights. Let's get to our gagas of the game. Let's go. I believe is
Cut it out, Carlos.
Oh, is it? Here we go. Hand down, man down.
He just took it into his own hands.
This was huge. Like, yeah, he wasn't waiting for nobody else to save him.
Because Bam was coming.
That's a fucking inbound line.
He saw Jeff Green's ball spot deflecting off the fucking shot clock and said, I'm done.
Dude in the joggers jersey couldn't believe it. Look at that.
28 feet. That was such a ballsy fucking shot.
And when I saw this right here, I was like, the commentators are wondering like which undrafted guys those are on the Heat bench.
Scrimmaging through the foul.
Show it out.
They gotta stay ready. They gotta stay ready.
So sick of
scrolling through their Heat roster. Who the fuck is 7?
Right. Oh, that's Kyle Lowry. Why they got 2 sevens?
God.
I don't know. That looks a little bit like Solana though.
They thought Josh McRoberts got to get back to the Heat.
Man, Michael Porter Jr. did not want to play tonight. Like nope. This motherfucker did not feel like showing up. Like he wanted a fucking DMP. He tried to call out sick. This motherfucker was not trying to play defense. He wasn't trying to do shit. What is this guy behind?
He's focused on the Republican primary, Alf.
Okay.
Him and this guy in the fucking crowd.
No, that was good. That was good. Thank you, Chief.
The ears. Oh, the ears on that guy. Play it one more time.
Which one?
What was his problem?
The last one.
Oh, the last one? All right.
The dude that's like right behind Bam. That left ear of his.
The guy in the crowd. Look at him.
Oh, shit.
He said the N-word. I'm telling you.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
I will say, though,
did he say sit down?
Yeah, he said sit down. Like, what? Like, bro,
what?
Maybe he meant for Michael Porter Jr. I have no idea, but I think it was a racial slur.
It was hard to tell.
But I will say, though, really quick, on the Bam slam that we just saw, I want to see that at least 2 more times every single game. Because he has that. They're giving that to him. He just needs to fucking make the cut and be aggressive and go for it.
Well, right, because look at Jokic on this.
It's there for him.
He's like, listen.
Can we talk about
he's
how bad
awesome?
Jokic
He's amazing on offense, but like he has some defensive deficiencies.
That's Kyle. That's Kyle and Gabe engaging him coming off of that.
Exactly.
You gotta occupy him and make him.
So like, I mean,
and
really,
Kyle
they need to look the fuck out of this play. Repeat this, and because if they could go in, if they can drive like that next game,
those are easy buckets that are
good.
going to be. You need to expose that.
Could you run that
the
one
little
time?
two guys legit said "fuck you" at the end. Like he screamed "fuck you" at Bam. Yeah. Like, go back, play one more time.
Run it back, Brass.
Just the last second.
What are you talking about?
Just play.
I want her to say a basketball thing.
Oh,
look at this guy.
Like, wait.
Okay, look at the
I want
little
you to
two
button up
guys.
your shirt. We don't want all
The little.
Are we? I think he's a Heat fan, guys.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he might be a Heat fan.
No, he is
Well,
not.
he is white hot.
Look at him, man. I think he said sit down to Michael Porter Jr., man. I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, he was not a Heat fan on that. Anyway.
I don't know. Let's try and
Brass,
get him
hold
on.
on.
What do you want to say?
I want to hop off what Bond says. Play it for a second and then stop it when Kyle comes off the screen. Like
That
right
hard
here.
dribble.
So Kyle had hit a pull-up at that spot, and he had 2 there earlier in the game. Jokic has been kind of dropping back on a lot of that, but they're scared of Miami's pull-up shooters. And credit to Kyle, to Max, to Duncan, to Gabe. They're being aggressive coming off that screen and shooting. That's a good screen by Bam, gets a defender. That's a clear lane. And Caleb Martin had killed Boston. How comfortable are you helping off of that? And the fact that you have to think about that, they're in space, that's easy. They get the only guy that could help off the play out of the picture.
Yep.
Another thing I'll say is, like, look at the time and look at the quarter.
Oh, so we're going back to it?
No, you don't have to.
One more time. One more.
Beat right down.
This guy's thinking, man, we're still going back to this? Jesus.
Solana!
At the end of these games, Brash, Jokic is fat, tired, and vulnerable. Like,
Yeah.
literally, like,
Did you say
he's
fat, tired, and
exhausted.
vulnerable?
And vulnerable.
Fat,
he also-
tired, and vulnerable.
He also gets
Altitude.
super frustrated. I don't know if I
Yeah.
there are a few players that get as frustrated as him. A couple calls don't go his way, he immediately has a fucking
Him
shitty
and
foul.
Luka.
Yeah,
His-
exactly. Very.
Tatum.
Yeah, and
Brass,
it could be problematic. You need to take advantage of that.
And I honestly think that may be the only reason Cody Zeller's playing. Just to fucking like elbow him a little bit, get him pissed off, and see if he'll throw a bow or
I
something.
mean,
his
it's
arm-
working for
like,
the rest
that's
of us. I don't know if it's working on him.
Well, yeah.
Coach Lou, what? So we saw Jimmy. He came through a little bit in the fourth quarter. He made some big shots, but like, is he frustrating you as much as he's frustrating me?
Yes.
Like, I mean, I know the ankle thing, right? But I don't know what about the ankle when you're in the lane and it's right there. Like, what getting to the lane seems to be the problem if you have an ankle injury. But once you're in the lane, like, flip it up and in. But we keep passing out or pulling back out and shooting a tougher shot.
I don't know. I just feel like Jimmy has yet to figure this defense out. Specifically, I don't know what it is, man. Yes, to answer your question, yes, he is kind of frustrating. He's coming off the screen and he's like predetermining what to do, and he's not really reading the defense. When Jokic is too far, he's like chucking ill-advised mid-rangers, which is kind of what they want early in the shot clock. He's not really attacking Jokic. He let Jokic defend him at the rim like 2 or 3 times. Come on, man. Just little things like that. But his playmaking has still helped this team. Like, let's not act like his defense too on Jamal Murray the first half was absolutely great. I think Murray got his first shot like somewhere midway through the second quarter. Butler's still being efficient. He's just not. He gave us a taste of some that we weren't ready for in the first round, and he has yet to replicate that to that extent. And that's kind of what everybody's wanting. But I think he's played fine. Frustrating, yes, but good enough to help us win this game, man. So I'm okay with it. It's 1-1. Shit. I'll take it.
Franky, Chris Cody in the chat pointed out that they won game 7 in Boston, and now they've won game 2 in Denver, took home court advantage with Jimmy playing like this, right? Like, ever since the Josh Hart slide tackle on Jimmy's ankle, he hasn't been the same guy. I'm not making like I said, if you get in the paint, I don't want to hear the excuses about the ankle, but they've been able to do this with Jimmy playing subpar. He hasn't been playoff Jimmy in like a month at this point. Like how impressive is what the Heat's doing?
I mean, they're doing a great job. I think one of the biggest factors is, obviously is Gabe, his job in the pick and roll, being aggressive with the pull-up shot, opening up looks for Bam on the roll, and for other guys for the skips to the corner has been key. He's getting all those soft spots that Jimmy doesn't want to take in the mid-range. And he's getting that so open because the drop is so deep, and he's comfortably knocking it down. He hit a bunch of threes off great rotation. But I think an underrated person that we need to like highlight more is just Duncan. Like they react so much to him. They panic for every cut, every curl. He opens up everything for everybody on this team. Whenever the team starts to get stagnant, and it's a lot of it is on Jimmy, even with or without a bum ankle, he's just holding the ball, pounding it for 20 seconds, and then kicking it to
ISO minutes.
Yeah, and just doing, and everyone's staring at him, and then Duncan comes in the game, and he's running off a dribble handoff. 2 guys are jumping to it. They flip the ball back. Bam finds somebody in the corner and hits the 3. And their shooting is a big part of it. I mean, they're knocking down wide open shots that they were missing all regular season. But I think Duncan playing and Gabe playing at this level are 2 of the biggest keys.
Can I say one thing about one person we haven't talked about all night? And shout out to Tiff Max for
Been waiting for it.
0 for 10 of last game, and just to come out and rattle out 4 in the first quarter. The very first one on the baseline out of bounds, stepped into it. Cash just took it with no hesitation. He had one that was like 2-3 feet behind the line somewhere on the high left wing and just stepped into it. Just without any doubt in what it is that he's supposed to be doing on the floor. Shout out to Jimmy and his leadership and And his answer to that question in the presser, if you've missed the last 10 shots and you are open on 11, I'm going to pass you the ball. Shoot the ball. That is what you are here to do. You hurt us when you don't shoot the ball.
Yep.
And I understand shooting it poorly, but we need you to do the thing to make the defense react so that the other people can do the other things too, and so we can all synergize. Shout out to Max and the way that he started the game.
No,
how many times have we said willing shooters on this team?
Yeah.
It's about willing shooters. Like, you can't have the Myers Leonards and the PJ Tuckers out there who might hit at a good percentage, but they'll only take 3 a game. Like, everybody on this team, because your 2 main players don't stretch shit, don't space shit. Like, everyone else on the floor needs to shoot and be willing to shoot. There was a couple times they overpassed tonight where I'm like, guys, let it fly. Like, we just got, we got to score against these dudes.
And to Bond's point, every single basket that Max made to start off the game gave the entire team juice.
Crucial.
They were hyped.
Yeah.
They were hyped. Like, those were like, I hate to, use it because it was first quarter baskets, but they kind of were. They were like momentum baskets. When all the guys saw Max hitting, they were like, "Oh, okay, let's go. We're in it tonight."
Well, speaking of those, in honor of Tiff, who is not able to be here tonight,
let's
go to Tiff's favorite segment, Tiff's Treats.
I just wanna be used, I don't wanna be loved. Baby, don't you wanna be used, or is it just me? Yeah.
That's the song, like every time. It just does it. It just does
some
it.
of these plays here.
The summer anthem.
That's the baseline out of bounds. Coming off of this double pin down, step right into it. The very first possession.
Here, I'll do
Listen, man, we cannot be moaned.
Brass, let me see it again.
We can't bemoan
Get it.
There it is.
Get it.
Damn, somebody called Max
slow starts.
slacking on this
We got to give props to guys, even if it's in the first quarter, because they needed.
The damn Max
sets the tone, man. It set the tone.
Look at this terrible defense. Look at this, the slip and pop. He's not going to do anything but like what it is he's doing here. And he had another one on the opposite corner too. Like, and Jeff
Porter Jr. and KCP are not on the same page several times.
But I think some of it too was the Nuggets were like, "Fuck it, let's see if he can hit it tonight." At that point in the game,
these are the same things he got last game.
That's a terrible idea.
Max loose tonight, man.
Ooh,
here we go. And then this. It wasn't even just the shooting. Check this out. Watch Max.
That was a great pass.
That was sweet, man.
And Ben should have got a foul. But
yes.
Whatever.
It's a Max player right there.
Ben with the gel.
Boy, I'm telling
I
you.
love whenever they relocate from the corner off a handoff. It just it's just their best offense.
It gets them so much like just motion, in whatever direction.
Jimmy's kind of lurking, and I think the defender has to be like, is he going to screen? Is he not? And then Jimmy just floats to the corner, and he's been hitting corner threes, and they're guarding him out there. They're not so comfortable because he'll crash the glass or he'll attack off the bounce. So I think he's been really good off ball too.
Gee, he's preferred the corner three instead of driving to the basket. That's what's infuriating.
It's annoying. And then he hits him, and I was just like, enabling
it really is in my opinion. I mean, I haven't spoken to Jimmy, he hasn't picking up my calls, but I would say that it's all mental, like I really think
I caught him like running up the floor one time, and there was one particular time where there was a noticeable gap, like more so than I had truly seen in a while. And to your point, like some of it is mental, like he's getting to the rim, like passing
and
back,
not even looking up.
But he had one possession where he like worked Jamal Murray out like very steadily one time on the right block. And I'm like, you can get to that. You don't have to explode too much. You can pivot.
And then he's smoking some of these layups, which is so weird. Like some of these, he gets there and he's like, okay, I'll actually shoot it, and completely smokes it. And it's like, wait, what?
Made a weed beat joke.
Yeah.
If Jimmy
Keep
had Duncan,
up.
if Jimmy had Duncan's left hand, he would have scored 30 today because he had so many left-handed layups he could not finish. Oh my goodness.
There's
Duncan
a
had the
sentence I thought
jelly
we
with the
would
left
never say.
flex.
Give him
Yeah, I
Zeller's
know,
ankle.
right? Ridiculous.
Look, that one where the flex, the one where Duncan flex, that was such a weird fucking layup. But he did exactly what he had to do to not get his shit set, and he got it in. So
Duncan
I'm not gonna
literally
hate on it, but
accounted
it was
for
hilarious.
Duncan literally accounted for the first 13 points in the fourth quarter from the Heat. Like, I know we've talked about him, but man, he deserves all the praise today, just like our Heat defense, man. Because
Good
yeah, I just damn, never mind. I think I whatever. I might have jumped the gun, but not for real, guys. The Heat held Denver's offense in the half court to 100 points per 100 possessions. Like, clap it up. Like, that won us the game. Like,
it keeps going. I love
keeps
it.
going.
No, you can throw out all the stats you want.
Oh yeah,
we do have a segment though.
Run the imaging, right? That's go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead.
First off, shout out to our good patrons here. We have Jaji resubscribed at 14 months. Says, "Let's go, baby. We run on Duncan." Alan the Slacker resubscribed with Prime. This is their 9th month. They said we send UD and Alpha into the sunset with the chip. We got Megan 2017 resubscribed to Prime, and we has SFL Cast resubscribed with Prime. This is their 8th month. They said, "Happy to follow. Let's take this home." By the way, we're 5 subs away from me buttoning up again. So that is this is in your control, audience. So a bit of a crazy stat. Tonight was the 12th time Jokic has had 40 points and 10 rebounds in a game at home in his career, and it's only the 2nd time that they've ever lost one of those games. Absolutely fucking insane what the Heat did. Have a couple more. So
Only
via
4
Moorhead,
assists.
Synergy has Denver scoring 1.18 points per possession against the zone and only 1 point per possession against man this game. So huge updates and kind of credit to their zone surviving, because to be honest with you, that was a huge question coming into the series. It's Eric the Great. Listen, comes through for the audience. Listen,
Thank God, Eric.
I'm a man of my word.
The Lord's work.
Thank God.
Listen,
10
Eric-
more subs and he'll unbutton it again.
Yeah.
Oh
so-
no.
Shout
Don't do that.
out
Don't do
to
that.
Eric the Great for
Not all money's good money.
for saving it. And I have
Live
one
or
more
not
stat
lose.
that's crazy. This one's via Tom Haberstroh. He gave up a 40-14 run and still won on the road
Holy shit.
Damn, that is a good one.
in the finals as an 8th seed.
The most
Wow.
game of my
Wait,
life.
can we know Cody Zeller gave up a 40-14?
That's true.
Oh my
That's true.
God,
That's
why
true.
is he playing?
Man,
Bro,
Hamish could have got some of the minutes again. Like, I don't.
listen.
He played great the last game. What happened? Did he play
I
like
don't-
4.5 minutes tonight or something? Did he
no,
play
he
it all
played
in the second half?
6
played
minutes.
I don't understand.
He didn't play at all in the second, yeah. Just
But
the second quarter.
it's
Jesus.
the matchup that's supposed throwing him in. The Denver is largely still having their starters. Jokic is still in the game, and he's
Bro.
throwing in Caleb, Kyle, and Zeller. And
Franky,
through
he
Duncan
doesn't
too.
even wait.
Duncan
Well,
and
without
Duncan.
Bam.
Yes.
Franky, he
Spo's
doesn't
trying to
even
flex.
wait till like
I
Aaron
don't get
Gordon at the 5 minutes.
Oh no, I don't think that would be a good idea. I think after you
I don't think so
try to
either, but at least I could understand it. It's Jokic and Aaron Gordon out there, and then he throws in a front court of Zeller and Duncan,
yes,
and then we get
Duncan,
fucking
right.
massacred.
My question is, like, listen, I don't always listen to that snake Rohan Karni, who was clearly
Traitor.
fucking op, and I don't. It's I don't know. I don't know
My
what's going on with
favorite
Rohan right now.
Cody. Least favorite Cody.
But
for sure.
he,
That's saying a lot.
he, as many others have pointed out, it's like, should we be matching the Jokic
the
minutes
other
with
ones.
Bam?
Yes, we should. Even if Bam is not guarding, even if Bam isn't guarding Jokic, he should be on the floor when Jokic is on the floor. Like, they
Agreed,
have to mirror
agreed.
those
Yeah.
minutes. In
They
my
have
opinion.
to.
He
I
should
mean,
be
why,
on the
why,
floor
but
even
why,
when
why
Jokic
would you
isn't
not?
on the
I guess
floor.
that like to play someone played devil's advocate on that. Why are we
Because
not
they
doing
want
this?
they want Bam against a smaller lineup. That's what I imagine that Spo would be thinking. It's like, okay, well, in the start of the fourth, we can get Bam. I agree with everybody here. I think it's a bad idea, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
If I were
You
Spo,
shouldn't
I'd be
be
like,
counting on Bam's offense that much.
by
Like,
the way,
I
it
agree.
makes too much sense to not play Zeller, to match Bam minute with Jokic, and also play Highsmith at the 5 when they play their little lineup of Gordon and
Exactly.
or Love at the 5.
And like,
Yeah.
listen, Alf, if you say that we want to match Love's minutes with Jokic and we don't want him to play too many minutes, fine, great. But then match Bams with Jokic and make sure that when that guy goes to the bench, like what you did with PJ Tucker, so it's not like Spo's never done this before, where like PJ was their backup 5 last year in their postseason. Make Highsmith do it. He could defend Gordon and Jeff Green.
They have nobody after when Jokic sits. They have nobody that you have to be so fearful of that you should play Cody Zeller a single fucking minute.
You could play zone. You could fucking switch. You can do whatever you want. That lineup on the bench, like Bruce Brown barreling into traffic, is their best offense. And the zone, I think, has been really good against Jamal Murray more than anybody. It has they've shown a lot of bodies. And if they're going to play Murray, no Jokic, and you just go small, switch zone, you throw a couple different looks at him, show bodies, I think that it makes too much sense. Maybe Spo's waiting, until, I don't know. But
instead of whatever happened at the end of that fourth when Jamal like rattled off them threes, I feel like we were still in the zone then. And I don't know if that was just like some lemon booty trying to peek through, but that was uncomfortable.
I'd rather give those Zeller minutes to Jokic.
Going to the fourth, was it true? I saw it on Twitter that I think Jokic had 35 and no other Nugget was in double digits.
Because he only had 4 assists, Alf. They limited him to 4 assists.
And 5
turnovers. That's important.
5 turnovers. When's the last time you've seen Jokic have more fucking turnovers than assists?
But that's Miami Heat shit. They just do shit that doesn't make sense. It's like you look at the box score and you're just like, what the fuck? And it's like, yeah, bitch, that's what we've been doing.
Yep, like play Cody Zeller.
Exactly. Spoken up.
Somebody was saying,
Yes.
like,
Thank you.
why are you doubling Jokic? Like, doubling Jokic is it's a bad move because he'll pick you apart. Now,
I think it depends on where you double him at.
Where and when.
Thank you.
And when, yeah.
I don't
they
think
double him.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. When they run the zone and he catches it at the high post, he has a tendency to put the ball back.
Put it behind his head. Yeah.
The guards have noticed and they're picking at it and deflecting it and disrupting it. And that's
Al and Gabe love that shit.
They do.
And Caleb.
That's food.
I'm okay doubling him kind of away from the best. It's when they commit multiple bodies to him when he's like in the low post, and it's easier to like read and survey that way than kind of from like I don't know.
Bond, I feel like they were doubling him in game 1 like they doubled Embiid. And it was why are you doubling? Like, you double Embiid where you double Embiid because he can't pass. You don't do that shit. You double Jokic in the low post like you were saying. Like, he's going to pick you apart all night
not
long.
all size is created equally. Like, just because they're both massive doesn't mean that you load up on them the same way. Drip drop.
Exactly. Cody.
Which just makes, I said this earlier today, like, it makes it Embiid better than Jokic takes sound really, really silly at this point. Like,
yeah.
No, that's wild.
Jokic is so fucking good, man. He just is.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
certified problem.
Great. He's awesome.
Even though I was going to say he doesn't flop around as much as Embiid, but Embiid got pushed over by a slight shove from Gabe Vincent tonight.
You saw that? I was cracking up.
The ref gave it to him.
I was cracking up.
Alf, I want to give a quick shout out to a lot of people in chat right now who I know have just started watching the Heat during this playoff run. And that shit's so cool how people are coming together to watch this team. I know there's a lot of new faces in chat. Some faces from Twitter that I know aren't Heat fans, but they're into this run and into what we do. So thank you for joining us. And thank you for being a part of this, because this is like one of the most improbable runs in sports we'll ever see. It is special every freaking night. They don't die. They just keep coming back and back. And eventually everybody just throws their hands up and says, I can't doubt this team anymore. And I'm just glad to share it with everybody in chat and all the new fans that this is how you make a generation of fans.
Somebody on my timeline called the Heat cockroaches because they just won't die.
How one time for la cucaracha, Jerry Crab.
Gabe just went on the TNT show and they asked him whatever, and he was like, he literally just said, "We don't give a damn that they don't get the respect they deserve. They just want 4 wins."
That's
and,
right.
and that's literally how
fine.
he carries himself. And that's
worked.
That's
it's worked thus far.
Respect this shit.
Spo's presser. He admitted that he didn't have the foresight to start Kevin game 1. Someone asked him about the adjustment too, and that doesn't even feel like something that loves Spo down. Like that doesn't feel like something that requires like this incredibly attuned amount of foresight. Like that just seems very like right there to do. Like probably
you're so in the weeds, Bond, that I think like
Yeah.
I had the concern. By the way, Jokic, Love wasn't on Jokic. Love was on Aaron Gordon.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was.
But I was still right.
No, you were still right because they used Love as a helper, not Bam, which was really smart, and they were able to switch some of their kind of off-ball stuff when it was like Jokic and Gordon, which made it easy because you're okay switching Love onto Jokic, and then Bam comes to help. But that was kind of everybody was like, "Oh, we got to start Love so that Bam could come help." But it was really the other way around. And Kevin Love, opposite of Zeller, has the best hands on offense and defense.
Yeah.
Quick hands, soft, amazing.
What were these rebounding numbers? Go ahead.
If Spo needs help, I have somebody he could talk to.
Oh, we're
Screaming.
can I before we do that? Can I just talk about? I'm sorry.
Me and Moose were in the private chat.
I know. I saw that. I wasn't ready for it.
Good with that.
I wasn't ready for it. So I let's talk about how improbable this this particular win was tonight.
Go ahead.
Because the Nuggets have not lost since March 30th at home. At home.
That's crazy.
And I believe, tell me if I'm correct, the Heat have not won in Denver since 2016.
Was that it? Okay, I knew it was like something like that.
2016, they have not won a game in Denver.
Rodney Magruder and Luke Babbitt started that game.
And we just did it
God.
in game 2 of the NBA Finals,
Silly Babbitt.
where we were a play-in team. What the fuck?
That was so long ago.
Playing Cody Zeller.
Right.
That was so long ago. Nikias had bylines on Heat Beat.
Where?
Wow.
But like the way that people had so much to say about like how poorly constructed the roster was from like way early on this season, and I've maintained that like a lot of the offense has been shitty. No, they just shot very, very, very poorly. Like they were still doing good stuff, and to see it like really all culminating, all of the pieces like doing the things like really stacking. Tiff likes to call them Voltron, like really all syncing at the perfect time.
We were a 1 seed last year.
Right, that's why
we were 4 points away from the NBA Finals last year, and they still didn't give a fuck. Can you name me one fucking team in NBA history that's a greater underdog that they actively want to lose as much as this fucking Miami Heat team?
This would be such a great story normally.
Yeah.
Like if the
any
Celtics
other
were doing
time.
this as an
Hockey
8
loves
seed,
the Panthers.
And don't say it's like, oh, well, the Nuggets have never been here before. Don't even say that, because literally every fucking team in this postseason that the Heat has played, they actively wanted the Heat to lose.
Yeah.
G,
So
That's a really good point, Brass.
I just realized something. G has the bananas in pajamas shirt on right now.
oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've been rattling my fucking brain what he's wearing.
On the next Moose at the movies.
Holy.
This is fuck. We're really gonna do a hard out on this in the fucking NBA Finals.
Yes.
Is that what it is?